Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Aurora Racing League, where we are here at the at night time, very picturesque, in Saudi Arabia, Jeddah, at the Jeddah Corniche circuit. Lucas, welcome to the chat. You are in the race today. Good to see. 18 drivers. This is what we like to see for the second race of the season as well. That's pretty good. 18 drivers, nearly a full grid. We might be cooked, says Andrew. Totally no pro is what he's better known as. Let me just silence my notifications on my phone so that I can concentrate fully on the very important Aurora Racing League. Of course. I had the worst race last week, says Lucas. 11 people watching. Ladies and gentlemen, hello, welcome back to Aurora Racing League. We are here at Saudi Arabia at the Jeddah Corniche circuit for round 2 of season 7. 18 drivers on the grid for qualifying, but more people are joining as we wait for the first car to exit the pits, and that car will be Saeed in the Haas. We might even have no Ferrari, never mind, has left. I'm not sure if he'll be in the race or not, but the Haas, will be the first one out on track. Saeed will set the benchmark that time in the Haas, so long that he doesn't bin it or basically not set a lap time. Let's run through the grid whilst we're here. Big gaze in the Alpine. Ballas, who I believe is new. Snacks. Evan. So Snacks and Evan, I think are new, unless they're using different usernames. Coy is obviously returning. Good Potato, Saeed, Piney Penguin, Lucas, Captain MGF, Ace. Totally No Pro, Catet is back. Welcome back, Catet. Good to see you. Chaos Druid, Mikhail, who won the race last week. Archie, who is Jared Branthwaite's brother, cousin, which is just crazy. I mean, that's so cool. Insiv and Gazelle. Those are the 18 drivers who will be joining us for the 25 laps that await us around the track with 27 corners, the most out of any F1 track on the calendar. It was a more exciting race today, thank God. To be honest, Nate, was it? I mean, it was entertaining, Piastri and Hamilton. Then it was entertaining watching Magnussen pull out the greatest bit of teamwork ever. 20 seconds worth of penalties. But basically coasting through every corner he could to back up the grid. He did like 2 seconds in sector 1 every lap. It was ridiculous. Really abusing track limits there as much as he possibly could. Say, great line. Coming out of turn 3. Turn 2, sorry. Branthwaite's cousin is crazy, I know. Did you see the F1 Academy race highlights? No, I didn't. I actually watched some of it live, but not a lot. How is everyone, Piney? I'm good, thank you very much. How are you? All I know is the Pin driver, the one who's Mercedes, and then the Ferrari one. And that's it. I can't remember anyone else. I know that Tommy Hilfiger is one of the name teams, which is crazy. So, Saeed will come around, set. Big A is typing in chat saying that he will be on pole. That is a very big, very big prediction from him. Obviously, purple sector 2 for Saeed, because he's the only one who has set a lap time. The Haas driver will be approaching turn 27. He's going around turn 26 now. It's this kind of sweeping right-hander towards, left-hander, sorry, towards this sharp kind of hairpin style turn 27 to complete what is, like I said before, the most turns of any F1 track on the calendar. He crosses the line. What is it? It's a 129.259 for Saeed. Who will be next to cross the line? I'm trying to figure it out. It's going to be Coys. Well, we know that Coys has got pace, but that time in the top right is not showing that at all, and it's a 135.2. What happened there for Coys? I don't know. Anyone else to set a lap time? Totally no pro, Will. It's a 1:27.9095. That is ridiculously quick from the Ferrari driver who, before he set his lap time, said that he was not going to do very well in this qualifying session. Well, clearly he was lying. But watch out, because Archie has just set a purple middle sector. I don't know how, because he's already gone slower. And there's an Alfa Romeo who's off the track there, and it's the Chaos Druid. So Archie is doing a 140 right now. Probably a 142 across the line, so I don't quite know how he's managed to pull off getting purple middle sector. Was that accurate? I really don't know. Ace Edge starts his lap. He showed his... I don't know if anyone saw this. Lucas to cross the line and go P2. 6/10 off. Totally no pro. Ace Edge showed his the race rig that he's using. It looks incredible, and people basically said no excuse not to win with that type of setup. So let's see what he can do on this new rig that he's got. Mikhail, well, he won't be qualifying. So not defending world champion, the man who will be wanting his first ever championship is Evan. Goes 2.5 tenths clear at the top. Evan, a 126.830. And there is no front wing on that Alfa Romeo. Ace Edge stringing his lap together. Let's ride on board with the AlphaTauri. You can see this track is the second fastest track on the calendar regarding basically highest average speeds. It's second, only behind the infamous Monza. It's a purple middle sector for Ace Edge, but I don't know if that's actually accurate. We will see though, as he approaches turn 27, the final turn. He will get another dosage of DRS. They've moved the DRS line, the little detection point in real life, but obviously not in the game. He's going to hug that white line on the inside. It's going to be across the line, and it's only good enough for 6. I feel like Ace Edge will be a bit disappointed with that lap time. A 128.5. It's not the worst, but he can definitely squeeze a bit more. Lap times are going to start falling rapidly now, so we need to try and stay on top of them as best we can. There's a good potato setting his lap time. MGF has just started his. Insiv, no one else has really done a lap other than Captain, actually, so. Is it short or full quality? It's short. Big Gaze is on a flyer. Says Gazelle. Sorry, I just moved to the back of the room to pick up my phone so I can get the live chat up because everyone is typing right now. Where is Big Gaze? Has he set his lap time? Or is he setting his lap time? Oh no, he is. He's on a flyer. Well, he came into the chat and said that he thought he was getting P1. Let's ride on board with the Alpine and see what he can do. I'm not sure if I have full faith that he's going to go the best of the rest, but don't count him out. Let's see what the Alpine driver can do on the streets of Jeddah. I guarantee you the middle sector will say purple, despite the fact that he definitely won't have done a middle sector purple, because I think it's a bit glitched right now. Oh no, I was wrong. I was wrong. It just kept saying in the bottom right corner on that mini-map that people were setting middle sectors, but then being miles off the pace. So I'm not sure there are 23 people watching. That's an all-time high for Aurora Racing League. Well, welcome everyone watching. We're here for round 2 of the Aurora Racing League Season 7. We're watching Big Gaze, who predicted himself to be P1. He's about to cross the line. It's not going to be P1 for the Alpine. Where is it? It's good enough for 12th. And only 13 people have set lap times. Totally no pro says he messed up turn 1 to 24 or 23 or whatever it is. So more pace in the bag for the man who's currently P2. Evan, 2.5 tenths clear in first place at the moment. Obviously, we've still got 9 minutes of this qualifying session left to go. Right, I've got the stream set up as I need it now. That should be all good. Okay. So, I mean, there's nothing really to say here. What happened to Mikhail? Someone's going to have to ask him. Because I can't ask him midstream, but I know that I think he might have disconnected. I saw someone left at the start of the session. I think it might have been him. Yeah, so Mikhail. Yeah, Piney Penguin saying he asked on Discord. Thanks for that, Piney. But no answer. If you do get an answer, please just give me a shout of what it is in the chat. I appreciate it. Gazelle crossed the line, P7 for the Aston Martin driver at the moment as it stands. And everyone's just in the pits, awaiting their second runs. I think we might get 3 runs out the drivers in the qualifying session. But some might just want to do 2 and save a set of softs for the race, which is understandable. Insiv, this doesn't exactly look like a lap, and it isn't. This is a cooldown lap. I haven't gone out for a lap yet, says Piney. You should probably give it a go, but it's up to you. Jeddah, very difficult track. One wrong turn, and you're either off the track invalidating track limits, or you've just messed up your whole lap. It's really, really horrible. I hate the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix to drive. Obviously, it happened live today. Was it that good? I know that Nate was in the chat saying, well, it was entertaining. There were entertaining parts of it, definitely, but I don't think any race is truly entertaining when there isn't even a contention, there isn't even a fight for the one who's going to win. And there wasn't again today. I think it's just going to be another season. I mean, you might as well hand Verstappen the championship at this rate. No one can even come close to Red Bull, and unfortunately, there isn't really a clear second best team. I think it'd be Ferrari, but I think it is Ferrari, but it's not clear because McLaren and Mercedes aren't that far off. Piney Penguin is in with an update. Unless Max doesn't win, it's not going to be exciting, says Nate. And Piney says, Mikhail told me, why are people racing on their outlap? So I'm guessing he got crashed out. And then Coy says, Netherlands last year didn't really have a fight for the win. And that was thrilling. What I mean is... Also, Evan, 3.5 tenths up at his time. What I mean is that you can have entertaining races, but a race will never truly be entertaining in my eyes if there's no question who's going to win it. Because that's what F1 is. You know, if the same person is going to win it week in, week out, then there's no point in watching it. Because of the racing, my concentration went really low and I crashed. Is what Mikhail said. Right, okay. So, Piney Penguin, also Evan, about to cross the line to improve on his lap time. It's a 1:26.5, just under. Evan is flying here in the Red Bull. Are we in for another race of Red Bull dominance? So Mikhail has said he was distracted by the racing and crashed on his outlap. There were 5 cars all line backed up in front of him. All backed up in front of him. Sorry. Nobody's beating that lap, says Coys. That might be true, but we haven't seen another lap from Totally No Pro, and he thinks there's time in that Ferrari. How much time will he need? And Lucas is on an invalidated lap. Totally No Pro doesn't even believe in himself to beat that lap time. Mikhail is going to need to have a great race. Remember, safety cars, red flags as well. We haven't had a red flag ever in Aurora Racing League that I've watched. So, but it's Jeddah. I mean, it's very likely that we do see one. Out of all the tracks, I don't know, maybe Monaco, but other than that. There's Coy's exiting the pits. He said no one's going to beat that lap. Can he beat the lap? I mean, he's over a second behind. It's ridiculous pace that the Red Bull is showing. Catet is on a lap. or Cadet might have just finished a lap, actually. Sorry. A 1:27.6. Was that Cadet's lap? Yeah, I believe it was, because he's not through. Yeah, okay. Cadet's lap, a 1:27.6, 14 hundredths of a second quicker than Coy's. Actually, I can't even remember what the Dutch Grand Prix was like last year. Oh, Verstappen won. What else happened? Can't quite remember, to be honest. Snacks is on his lap. Let's see what the Alpine driver can do here. In fact, the only teams on the grid that do not have two cars in the race are, I believe, AlphaTauri and Mercedes. I think that is correct. Yep, I think I am right. Yes, I am. Invalidated lap then for Snacks. Who else? Coy's is on his lap. He's just started it. Or he might have just finished. No, sorry, he will have just finished his lap. Actually, no, he will have just started his lap. Sorry, I don't know what I'm on about. So let's ride with the McLaren driver and see how this swooping circuit goes. There's the Ferrari there, getting out of the way for Coy's. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter. And Coy's retires from the session after messing his lap up. I think he's basically just given up. You can't necessarily blame him. Evan doesn't want to save a set of tyres. Evan's going to try and improve his lap again from a 1:26.5. I mean, how much can you really improve? Totally No Pro's just rushing to get his lap started. Sorry, there's a lot of activity going on outside my room right now. You can probably hear that. Cadet retires from the session as well, knowing there's nothing left that the Alfa Romeo driver can do. We're just awaiting people to basically start their laps. Insiv has just got going. Anyone going to the line? No, Lucas is just... Right, okay, let's watch the Mercedes driver. Then we'll cut back to Totally No Pro. And then we'll cut back to Evan. Totally No Pro, obviously the championship... Well, current championship leader. Mikhail... Oh, I mean the former. Sorry. Totally No Pro is the reigning world champion, I should say. Mikhail is the current championship leader in Aurora Racing League. And that is Lucas improving slightly on his time, 800ths in Sector 1. Mikhail is leading the championship, but crashed in qualifying, so no qualifying lap set for Mikhail. He's going to be starting at the very back of the grid. He's going to have to work really hard to get up the order, but we know he can because he's back on his controller, and Mikhail on controller. If you don't know, just be scared. Right, Lucas, we're right on board with the Mercedes now. Towards 27 we go. Let's see how he takes the corner and how he sets himself up. Nicely done through there. He's going to try and pick up this toe, stick to the inside as much as possible. In real life, that would be a breach of track limits. It's not in the game, though. He is just jumping ahead of Totally No Pro. But can Totally No Pro improve on his lap time and snatch it back? Yes, he can. But it's not good enough to take it from Evan. It's only a 1:26.75, which is still an incredible lap time, but not enough to dethrone Evan, who is also pushing to improve his lap time even more to the line the Red Bull goes. What's this going to be for the Red Bull driver? It's a 126.3. That is unbelievable. This is now Archie, the only driver now who can do anything about the lap. But he's on for a 2-minute time, and he's into the pits. So that will conclude qualifying, and it is the Red Bull on pole. What a lap that is. Lucas saying he got impeded. Lucas, I'm pretty sure I actually saw that on the stream. I wasn't quite sure, but it did look like there was a car to your left, or I can't remember. You were going through a corner, and there was a car there. And it did seem like you swerved a little bit going down. I think it was towards turn 13, the first hairpin. Am I right in saying that? Or somewhere around, something around there on the track, I think. Lucas saying he lost 0.3 there. That would have put him in the 26.6 range. Then Totally No Pro saying that he could have done it. He messed up turn 23 and turn 24 and 27, which cost him 0.4. So qualifying ends, and a bit of controversy there. Lucas feeling he got impeded on his final lap, but Evan, I mean, Totally No Pro believes he could have beaten Evan, but Evan's still 4.5 tenths quicker. That was an unbelievable showing from the Red Bull driver. First race in Aurora Racing League as well. Can he translate that to the race? We'll have to wait and see. Totally No Pro, second in the Ferrari, reigning world champion, lines up just ahead of Lucas, who feels he was impeded on his lap time. Ace Edge, 4th. Gazelle, 5th. Cadet, 6th. Coy, 7th, which I think he might be a bit disappointed in. Snacks 8th, Archie 9th, and Good Potato rounds out that top 10. I say that because I think Coy's holds himself at very high standards. Which I think he might agree with. 23 people watching. I mean, I just want to... I know it's a lot of people who are in the race put the stream on in the background as well, but I do just want to say I really do appreciate everyone who does tune into these streams. I remember streaming these to 2 people when we first started out. I do streams for, what, 2.5 hours? I know, like 1.5 hours, you know, to literally like 2 people, and one of them would be me. So, yeah, I appreciate double figures is always appreciated. Literally anything above 5 viewers is always welcome. But to have 23 and at 24 at one point is ridiculous. So thank you to everyone who tunes in. It really does make me feel a lot better about doing this every Saturday night. And thank you to the drivers as well, because 18 people. But let's talk about this then. Mikhail, the man who leads the championship at the moment. He was flawless last race. Couldn't even string together an outlap. Apparently he was making evasive maneuvers or got distracted and put it in a wall. He has got a long way to go to make up for an 18th, a back of the grid qualifying position. The Ferrari driver has got it all to do ahead of him for this race. What a story this could be. It won't decide a season, but it will definitely have a big impact on it. And he will know that. He's come second in many seasons before. And if something like this causes that, he won't be able to live with himself over that. Mikhail knows how much every 1 point costs in these type of events. So, he's going to really be giving it his all for the race. Evan, absolutely rapid through qualifying. Totally No Pro was right there with him as well. He could have been right there with him, but a few mistakes, he says, cost him pole. I guess we won't know. But, Archie comeback driving coming, according to John in the chat. Then Lucas. He was impeded. We saw that. What's his race pace like? Is it good enough to maybe push for a P1? We'll have to wait and see. Ace Edge with the new setup, the new racing rig, looking good in P4. Gazelle 5th, Catet 6th, Coy is 7th. These three have got good race pace. They're going to have to use it to their advantage. To Snacks, Archie and Good Potato. Can they hold on to their points paying positions? And finally, one last time, can Mikhail do the impossible and give himself every hope in this championship battle? Well, we'll have to wait and see. But the drivers are lined up. I know, typical really, isn't it, that we get the worst camera angles possible for a race start. I mean, look at this. David Croft would be losing his mind over this, right? Horrible camera angle. But I can't really do anything about that. The lights are on ahead of us for the second round of Aurora Racing League. It's lights out and away we go here in Saudi Arabia. And they finally do get underway. A lot of latency there. Evan leads comfortably into turn 1. No contest there. Already a battle though. Lucas down the inside on Totally No Pro. Can he keep this move? Going through the first few corners. No, because back down the inside goes Totally No Pro. And into turn 4. Keeps his position at P2. But the Mercedes driver knocking on the door straight away. Gazelle following very closely behind Catet there. Ace Edge losing a position to both of them. Dropping from 4th to 6th of the race start. And he might lose again, because the McLaren driver is looking to go down the inside. Coys will make that move up to 6th. And Ace Edge with a terrible start to this Grand Prix. Coys has got a run also on the Alfa Romeo driver. We've got yellow flags in Sector 2. I can't see anything on the track map apart from a Haas of Saeed moving very slowly. Mikhail though, he is down quite a while away from any action. We look down the order. The Aston Martin of Ballas being put under a bit of pressure from Piney Penguin. What happened to Mikhail? Well, that's what happened to Mikhail. A full front wing already gone from the Ferrari driver. Terrible start to this race for the man who started last. You think it couldn't get any worse? He's going to have to pit already and get a front wing change. This is not going the way of Mikhail so far. Lucas, I think, defending on Gazelle. Gazelle needs to defend against Coys. Into 13 we go now. Sorry, not into 13. Don't know how I got us there. Into 8 that was. Now we're going towards 13. Catet pulled away a little bit from Coys, and he might be tempted to go for a move on Gazelle, and he will down the inside. The Alfa Romeo driver gets the move done. Catet gets past Gazelle. Does this open up now for Coys? We ride on board with him. Is he going to be able to launch an attack on the struggling Gazelle? Well, he might be able to, because he's just got a lovely run behind the Aston Martin driver. He's going to slipstream him all the way down to turn 16. The brakes go on for the McLaren driver. An even better run. Slipstream again, switches to the inside line, and on that soft tyre, he will go past the Aston Martin. Nicely worked there. And into 27 they go now from the McLaren driver. But he's not done yet. He started this race in 7th. He's looking to end this lap in 4th. On the inside, towards turn 1. Here comes Coys on Catet, and down the inside he goes and gets the move done. Oh, but a bit of contact, losing the rear end, very twitchy. I think he just shut the door on Catet a bit too early. And, well, that nearly messed up his race quite a bit, but he gets through unscathed. And is up to P4. A really nice opening few laps for Coys. And that resolves his qualifying a little bit, but he does run it wide. And Gazelle, by the way, has got past Catet. I missed that. But Catet overtaken by Gazelle as well, so Catet drops back down, I think, or no, down to 6th, where I think he was 5th. No, he wasn't. He started 6th, actually, I think. I might be wrong. I can't remember. Right, so we look at the order, and this just reminds you of real life, really, doesn't it? Evan, 2 seconds out in front in the Red Bull car, with the Ferrari behind him. Are you sure we aren't just replaying the race from today? I'm pretty sure we're not, because the Red Bull counterpart's down in 13th. Mikhail is now up to 17th, because I think Ballas had to pit. And why has Archie got a penalty? I believe it was for multiple warnings regarding track limits, and that will be a 3-second time penalty for the Williams driver. Into the pits then goes Catet, so what happened there? Oh no, it's not Catet, sorry, it's Coys. Coys is into the pits. Lap 4, is it a front wing change? It is a front wing change. I didn't see any damage to the McLaren, but it must have been enough because he's now come into the pits. Hard tyres on. Will that be hards to the end? I mean, 21 laps on the hard tyre is not going to be easy to achieve. I think he'll be hoping for a safety car, and it's not a rare sight to see. Especially, and he gets a 3-second time penalty for corner cutting. That is really annoying for Coys. Piney Penguin and Big Gaze battling for position. They both run it wide off the track. Let's watch the rear wing of Big Gaze into turn 13. The Red Bull all over the back of him. The Red Bull looking to get through on the inside. Now on the outside line, not quite. That would have been unbelievable from Piney Penguin. But it wasn't quite happening for him. But as he runs it deep, the Alpine might be under even more pressure. Switching to the other side of the track again. These two still going at it through each and every corner. And I think Piney Penguin might just be able to get the move sealed into 16. Yes, he does, but he runs it very deep. And I'm surprised he doesn't pick up a penalty there. But he gets away with it for now. DRS so open for the Alpine, and back he will come down the inside and retake that position. But a good bit of battling going on here. Into 27 they go. Rear ends possibly touching it. Diving into the pits goes Good Potato in the Williams. Here comes Piney Penguin once again. 5-second time penalty for Good Potato for speeding in the pit lane. DRS open for the Red Bull driver. But he can't get the move done. But running it deep is the Alpine. And on the switchback, Piney Penguin with a better exit might just be able to power through. Not quite. And into turn 4 he's still behind. No doubt this is getting frustrating, but the Alpine driver runs it wide, then swerves back across the track, makes contact with Piney Penguin. And Big Gaze and Piney Penguin, so much contact here. How neither of them have got a penalty, I'll never know. They've gone off the track like 13 times between them. This is unbelievable. Somehow they're both still in the race. Somehow they're both still in the race without a penalty. And somehow they're still in the race without any damage as well. Piney Penguin is past Big Gaze now, finally. And up to P10, final points paying position. We now switch up to Gazelle because he is putting a lot of pressure on Lucas in front of him. We ride on board with the Aston Martin driver who's going to pick up DRS. Down the straight towards turn 1 he goes. Which way is he going to go? Is he going to go left? Is he going to go right? He chooses the outside, the long way round. He didn't have to. And that just allows the Mercedes driver to defend. Interesting decision from Gazelle. I thought he would have gone to the inside and tried to force his way through, but maybe he's just waiting for the perfect time to get the overtake done. I mean, if he thinks he's got the pace to stick with Lucas and go for that overtake later on, then I don't blame him. Archie, he's got a time penalty, but he's still applying the pressure to ace edge in front of him. Let's check the penalties out. Big Gaze, by the way, into the pits. Right, penalties, 3 seconds and 3 seconds. So that's Coys and Archie. Track limits there, and then Good Potato 5 for speeding in the pit lane. Archie just dropping back ever so slightly. Gazelle has also dropped back a little bit, but I think that's just the dirty air from these sweeping sections. He's got DRS now, so he's going to bring himself a lot closer to the back of that Mercedes into fifth. I think I've just got that corner all wrong. Actually, no. No, it is 20. No, it's not. It's 22 and 23, that. But we have a virtual safety car. Why do we have a virtual safety car? What has happened? I'm looking for front wings. Ah. Well, there was a bit of debris, so surely it was from someone up the road here. But who? Who has got damage? Right, race leader Evan is into the pits. Well, he's already out the pits now. Red Bull pit crew have done their thing, and he is exiting with hard tyres on. Behind him is Totally No Pro, who also has the hard tyres on. Making sure not to exceed those limits and pick up a penalty as his teammate. No, not his teammate, as Coy's did. Coy's also back into the pits, so he's switching. I think he has just put the hards back on, actually. No, he hasn't. His pit crew just weren't there. Wow, this is interesting. Coy's is back onto the softs. And he's got another front wing. And he's waiting. But he's gone. Is he out of the... What's happened? Where has Coy's gone? He's behind. He's behind the Red Bull, but he's just... I can't spectate him. Okay, now I can. I'm not sure what happened there. We split back up because the safety car is gone and Gazelle is all over the back of Lucas. And this is a great bit to be all over the back of your rival, because towards 27 they go. No, safety car. Well, I was going to say the move was surely about to come for Gazelle, but no, we got a safety car, and it's because of Good Potato. Good Potato is out, and let's see why. We're going to have to see from Balaz, and we're not going to see from Balaz. Good Potato is out. I think he must have crashed, but we'll never really know because we won't see the car. So that's a full safety car, and I think that's going to be very annoying, actually, for the likes of Evan and Ace Edge. The hards going on for Lucas, and I think probably the hards going on for Gazelle, yes. And out of the pits he comes. Did you a Lance? I did, mate. Nate, that's a shout. So, good Potato. What happened? Did you actually do a Lance Stroll? And out they come. Oh, look at this. Gazelle barely doesn't get out ahead of Catet. Does anyone know how to drive in the lines? Says John. So, Evan, let's have a look at the tyres, actually. So, everyone on fresh tyres, pretty much. Balaz and Saeed both pitted a little bit earlier on than everyone else, but other than that, everyone seems to be on very similar tyres. Evan and Totally No Pro are fine up front. They will have Lucas back behind him. I think Gazelle is going to be a bit disappointed because he has lost that position to oh no, Gazelle. Yeah, Gazelle will be disappointed because he's lost that position to Catet through the safety car, virtual safety car thing, but that's just another position that Gazelle's got to make up, and he does seem in that mood where today he can do that. I did say there would be a safety car. I mean, it was kind of inevitable. If there wasn't, I would have been very surprised. I mean, it's Aurora Racing League and it's Saudi Arabia. When is there not going to be a safety car? So, our Chief's gone for a proper gamble. Let's see what he means by that. Going to have to pass them all. Well, he's got the mediums on. He's entered the pits once again as Archief. I can't seem to... There we go. Thoughts on Big A's battle? Big A's loves himself. Are the hards going on? Yes, they are. And a new front wing for Archief as well. I got hit by my own teammate lap 1. Lil man, what is your username? Oh, you're Snacks. So you were hit by Big A's. Right, okay. I know you guys can discuss that, I guess. You hit me, you spanner, says Big A's, right. So, yeah, there's a civil war going on at Alpine. What I find really interesting about this Saudi Arabian circuit, right? You can see, if we look on the rear wing, you can see that building being constructed in the background. I'm fairly certain in real life that building's been finished. I'm pretty sure that building's construction has actually finished. Let me just check. Safety car in this lap. Yeah, that building has been finished. Right. The pack, will be backed up by Evan. Gazelle saying Archief is fighting for the win here. Down in 16th. Don't know if there's a hint of sarcasm there. Big Ace is fighting for the win here, sorry. What he said, my bad. Evan will get these guys back underway. It's clearly the fastest one of the lot, and he's gone. And he has caught Totally Known Pro lacking, who's had to swerve across to try and cover off Lucas, but he couldn't. But a big crash there at the back. That is a multi-car crash, I think. No, it's not. It's just one, and it's Ace Edge. Ace Edge. He was caught by, I believe, Catet. Catet losing a front wing. He's now losing lots of positions. Well, a very bad restart with the safety car there. Many cars involved in a collision there. I'm sure there's a lot of debris on the track, and I think a lot of people will be going into the pits to get their cars fixed. One person that can't do that is Ace Edge, because he was really the center of this attack. John is genuinely saying some of the most outrageous stuff in the chat right now. It's quite funny though. Mikhail Wynn says F1 Ham. I'm pretty sure you're one of the people who couldn't get into the race, weren't you? You were like F1 for like Ferrari or something. That's your username. You couldn't get in the race or something. Evan hasn't really pulled out that much of a gap to Totally No Pro, and Lucas wasn't able to get past Totally No Pro, and Lucas is very much so under pressure from Gazelle, and down the inside, will Gazelle get through this contact? And the Aston Martin driver can't get through yet. Well, he's going to force his way through into turn 4. He just has to tuck in and sit behind, but he makes contact with a wall and might be lucky to keep his front wing. Ops on Christian Horner. I'm a Mercedes fan, so yeah, and also he cheats on his wife, doesn't he? So to be fair, there is better Spice Girls out there, but you know. Coy's under pressure from his teammate, or is he just overtaking his teammate? Because Coy's isn't the type of person to be the worst of two teammates. Ballas has retired from the session, and that's brought out the virtual safety car. Of course it has. What has happened there? Then for the Aston Martin driver, I think he's binned it. Another pit stop might as well be Bottas in Monaco, says John. "21 people watching. This is the pinnacle of motorsport here. 2 virtual safety cars, 1 full-blown safety car. This is what Aurora Racing League is, and we're not even half race distance here in Saudi Arabia." And it is a full-blown safety car now. So that's 2 virtual safety cars, 2 full-blown safety cars. Welcome to Aurora Racing League, ladies and gentlemen. Chaos Druid claiming that he's on his... Well, not claiming, he's just saying that he's on his second front wing. I don't really know what else to say, honestly. I mean, safety cars aren't the most riveting things about F1. But Mylander getting his hours in. Good Potato has left the session. Screw the Red Bull, someone go bowling, says John. What happened, says Big A's, right. So I think what's happened is Ballas has binned it into a wall, and that's brought out the safety car. Good Potato saying his game crashed. Well, at least your game crashed and you were out already, as opposed to it crashing whilst you're still in the race. Gazelle to win, says Big Gaze. Ballas has now left the session. This is some riveting stuff here. Bert Mylander has now complete more laps than Good Potato. Safety cars are so dumb, in my opinion, because it just causes more chaos with everyone bunched up. Yeah, I agree. Not in real life, but in this, yeah. Because they'll say, no, I think Big Gaze has this one done. How quick is Evan? Pretty quick. He was 4.5 tenths quicker than Totally No Pro, who was P2 in qualifying, and he hasn't been overtaken all race. Call him Max Verstappen. In the Red Bull car with a Ferrari helmet. Not sure what the PR team was thinking, to be honest. Domination. Yeah, Red Bull just can't seem to lose. I swear, if we have another safety car lap, oh, we will as well. Oh, no, we won't. Thank goodness for that. Safety car is in this lap. We've just surpassed half race distance. Two VSCs, 2 full safety cars. But we are about to get going for what I feel like isn't the last time today. Just a feeling. I got a feeling. Okay, let's not go there. Evan will get us going once again here in Jeddah. Under the lights. At the Corniche circuit. When will he go? Now, he's gone earlier this time, and yet again he's caught Totally No Pro napping ever so slightly. But not as much this time. It might be more detrimental to Lucas, who's got to cover off Gazelle attacking from behind. But nothing really happening into turn 1. No big crash either. At the race start, well, Snacks is into the pits with a broken front wing, so I guess I changed my mind on that. Evan, with a lot of pressure actually coming from the Ferrari behind him. He hasn't been overtaken once. Doesn't mean to say that he won't be. Towards 13 we go then. Can the Ferrari driver do anything to get past? No, he can't, because we've got possibly another safety car. Is it just virtual? Mikhail is out of the session. Our championship leader is out due to a collision with who? Was it Archie or was it the Chaos Druid? Who was it? I didn't see. But the Ferrari is out. I'm just going to hope and pray that we don't have a safety car. If I see that yellow dot of Burt Mylander coming out of the pits on my mini-map, we've got a VSC. Please not a safety car. I will genuinely lose it. I will actually go insane. I think we might be in the clear. Commentator's curse. We might actually be good. Commentator's curse again, but I genuinely think we'll be alright. As we go down the start-finish straight. Evan, still ahead. Every time anything interesting seems to happen, the track lights up with yellow, and racing grinds to a halt, but it isn't here. Green flags being waved, and Totally No Pro still all over the back of his rival, for this race at least. He has a chance to get a lead in the championship, or, well, get a little bit of a jump on Mikhail, who seems so dominant at the moment, who's just not had a good weekend at all here in Saudi Arabia. Around 13 they go. It was before turn 13 where it looked like the Ferrari might have a chance, but Snacks has retired from the session. Has he done it in the pits? I think he has, which is very good because it means that they can't. Oh no, Totally No Pro's left the session. I don't know if he's left or if he's been disconnected. Snacks has now left the session. But this isn't good for the Ferrari driver because the AIs are significantly slower than an actual driver. So you might be about to see Totally No Pro get absolutely mauled by Lucas and not be anywhere near Evan unless he joins back. I'm not sure. Maybe the AI is quite good. No, it doesn't seem it. He's about to get overtaken by the two behind him. And this, well, this has gone very, very wrong all of a sudden for Totally No Pro. Coys has passed him, Lucas is past him, and Lucas is trying to find his way past the McLaren, but they make contact into turn 1. Totally No Pro cannot believe what's happened to him. He's disconnected. That's what he's saying in the chat. Invite, yeah, I got you. Uh-oh. Alright, I got you. There you go. We rejoined to watch the race. Lucas still behind Coys, but there was contact there through turn 1. I'm surprised neither of them have damage, to be honest. Gazelle is behind them, ready to pick up the pieces. Will Totally No Pro get back? And even if he does, is it too late for him? One more, alright. Gazelle now a second behind this battle. Lucas around the outside. Is he going to get the move done with DRS? Yes, he does. But down the start-finish straight we go. And Coys is going to get DRS back again. Is he going to be able to find his way past? Yes, he will. Down the inside, he gets past the Mercedes driver. And into turn one, he covers off any move that Totally No Pro Lucas could think of making. And is back up to P2. Andrew, terrible luck, as he said. He is out of this race because the invites won't work. Piney Penguin, 3-second time penalty for track limits. Archie getting past Totally No Pro because Totally No Pro, again, it's his AI. And the AIs in this game, especially around a track like Jeddah, are very slow. That is really unfortunate for Totally No Pro. I think all he can hope for here is that his AI scores any points. Captain MGF gets a penalty as well. Coys, he has a penalty, but he is gaining on the back of Evan. This race is not lost to everyone else yet. Lucas just about keeping behind the McLaren. Nate celebrating his Chinese in the chat. Totally No Pro has joined. He returns. He's down in 7th, possibly about to be overtaken by the Haas driver. Is he back? Not yet, because his car's still ghosting. We'll have to wait and see. If it stops ghosting, then he's back. But at the moment, it's not. Lucas, 4/10. He's gaining and gaining down the start-finish straight, but to no avail. Not this time, at least. Totally No Pro has been overtaken. He's still ghosting. I think it might all be over for the Ferrari driver. Very unfortunately for him. I hate these camera angles so much. Like, if I really wanted to ride on board, I'd just do that. You know what I mean? But whatever. Lucas, around 13. 6/10 behind Coys. John, never say PogChamp again. Thank you very much. Lucas taking a noticeably wider line than Coys. Interesting to see the different lines that people take. And he is about to pick up DRS. Yes, he does. Get the DRS on the McLaren. Switches to the inside and into 27. We'll get that move done, but I think it's going to be a repeat of last lap. Because once again, Coys is going to pick up DRS. And once again, Coys is going to go blasting past down the inside. This time into turn 1 and retakes his lead. Well, not lead, his P2. The Mercedes just struggling to secure a position. It can't be that hard to wrap your head around how you should do it though, surely. Wait until the start-finish straight to make your overtake. I find it so many times. I think it was Forrest Gump. Not Forrest Gump, it was Forrest Jump actually, back when he was racing. It was Forrest Jump one year. And he wouldn't stop overtaking before the start-finish straight, and every single lap, he did this about 6 times. In every single lap, you just get re-overtaken down the start-finish straight. Shout out for his jump, by the way. It's been a while since he's been in the league. Massive corner cut there from Lucas. But with DRS open, will he go for the move into 27? Of course he will. And once again, Koiz is going to get DRS. He's got a better exit as it was. And as DRS opens up for the McLaren driver, there is no defence for the Mercedes. And he will yet again lose out on the position. Baffling. And the McLaren goes through back up into P2. When do you think Lucas is going to figure it out? I don't even know if he will. Gazelle, whilst this is happening, has dropped 3 seconds behind that battle. Archie is all over the back of Insiv. And Totally No Pro is still down to 7th. Has his car unghosted? I think he's back. At the wheel, actually. Yeah, he is. So Totally No Pro is back, but he needs to lock in. Lucas is staying closely behind Koiz. Archie is closely behind Insiv right now, but there's nowhere really to overtake apart from the DRS zones on this track. Which is why I'm honestly not that big of a fan of it. You can't sling it down the inside anywhere because you don't really fully brake into any corner. Apart from 27. How many penalties does Archie have? Good question. The penalties go 3 for 3 seconds. Oh, Koiz has been overtaken. Yeah, I mean, will he ever figure it out? Lucas makes the overtake again into 27. But once again, here it comes Koiz with DRS. Archie does get past Insiv. And back comes Koiz down the inside into turn 1. I mean, even I'm getting annoyed watching this now. If Lucas wants to get the move done, just don't do it into 27. Wait. When's he going to figure that out? Otherwise, it's just going to yo-yo for the whole race. Maybe they're trying to work together. I mean, not really. I think they're losing time. Nah, they're losing time by battling. It's slowing them down. They were like a second behind at one point. Now they're 3.5. All they're doing is costing each other. Because Koiz has a pen. Okay. I guess Evan has left the session. Evan's been disconnected. Hang on a minute. Forget everything. This might be over for the Red Bull driver. You know how slow the AI are. If he can't reconnect, I can't send him an invite either. No. Someone needs to invite him. This is not looking good now for the man who was so dominant all race. He disconnects just like how Totally No Pro did. You can see back here. Well, he finally has. Lucas, listen to my prayers. He waited until turn 1 to make the overtake. And now he has passed Koiz. And Koiz cannot get past him. Well, not for a while at least. Unless he can. Because he's pushing the Mercedes through these corners. The Mercedes, though, is about to just drive through Evan. Yes, he does. And so does Koiz. Well, the Red Bull driver has just found out what happens when you disconnect. My game broke, or did the server break? Unfortunately, Evan, you've been disconnected. Your game disconnected you. It is painful. I mean, I'll come out and admit it. You definitely deserve the win. You've rejoined now. If you can rejoin, maybe you can get behind the wheel and still fight for the victory. Totally No Pro is retired from the session. Has he crashed? We need to know. Let's see. Around the corner. Yes, he's put it into the wall at turn 13. Totally No Pro, reigning world champion, is out of the session. Now Evan is back. Will we get a safety car? I don't think we will. I think it would have been... But let's check Evan's car out. It's no longer ghosted. It's not over for the Red Bull driver. Here comes Kois, though, towards turn 1. Is he going to get past the Mercedes? It's a drag race down the straight, but into turn 1, he will retake the lead. Was there a bit of contact there going through turn 1? No, there wasn't. 27th millionth safety car of the race. Yeah, I know how you feel, mate. Imagine having to commentate this like 3 safety cars a week in, week out on your Saturday night. It is, it's fun. Kois back up into the lead, but he has got 3 seconds worth of time penalties. If anything, Lucas wants to clear Kois and make Kois and Evan get into a battle, because then Lucas can back Kois off into Evan. Evan and Kois get into a battle, and then Lucas just drives off, and Kois' 3 second time penalty is then no problem. If Kois backs Lucas off into a fight with Evan, he might be able to pull out 3 seconds, but I don't know if there's a scenario where he gets even close here. We've had, what, 6 drivers DNF this race. Remarkable. We started with 18, we finished with 12. But honestly, it's not even that bad. Sometimes you don't even end with everyone in... sometimes you only end with points-paying positions. It's bad, and here comes Lucas back down the inside. Well, he didn't want to waste any time, does he? He retakes the lead of the race. But, I mean, we've seen this before. We've already know what the script is. Will it work out the same way this time as it did last? Well, 3 times over? It might not. A late move to the left-hand side of the track, though. The stewards will definitely be looking at that if Kois chooses to report it. That was very risky driving from the McLaren. Risky, borderline just illegal, really, wasn't it? Very dangerous for Lucas to swerve left there. I would definitely be pushing charges on that if I was Kois and getting him prosecuted. But we're on to the penultimate lap of the race, and Evan is caught up to this battle, but he needs to get past the Mercedes in front of him. However, if there is a penalty on the way for the Mercedes driver, then maybe all he has to do is stay within 3 seconds of both the cars, which I don't think he'll have a problem doing. Can Evan get past either of these 2 this lap? I think that'll be the make and break whether or not he can finish P1 on the track. It depends on the penalties afterwards. DRS open for Kois and for Evan. Lucas is going to be under a lot of pressure on these final few laps. Mickey saying he should. Mickey, will you investigate it? You can't investigate if it's not reported though, right? Totally no pro, not very happy. These 3 are so close together. It's going to be 1 lap of racing to decide the race winner here at Jeddah. There's 3 cars oh so close together, and it looks like Lucas is going to get taken maybe by both of them. No, I think Kois is going to be the only one who gets past immediately into a turn 1. Lucas is going to have to defend from Evan for the entire lap. If Evan gets by, then it might just be over for Lucas. The smart thing that Lucas could have done that lap is let Kois through last lap instead of trying to defend the position, then pick up DRS on the next lap, and then get by. Instead, he decided to try and get past straight away, and defend as much as he could, which has now put him in the wrecked iron sights, basically, of Evan behind him. He's got to hang on for these last, 14 corners. And there's 3 DRS zones still to go. And look how close to the back of him the Red Bull driver is. I mean, anyone could win this race. There could be a crash and Kois could win by 3 seconds. I've got no idea who's going to come out on top this race. All over the back of Kois is the Mercedes and Lucas with DRS. But here comes the Red Bull driver. All he has to do is get past the Mercedes, and then victory is surely his. But not yet. He can't. And around the outside, here comes Lucas. And he makes contact with the McLaren. And will the Red Bull driver go down the inside towards the line? Evan's got past. And with DRS for Lucas. Lucas has got past and crosses the line. 500ths of a second ahead. DRS has just saved his race across the line. That is unbelievable. You will not see a closer finish anywhere. That is the craziest finish to a race I have ever seen. Photo finish. Evan is sure there's going to be a penalty. That is unbelievable. People absolutely sure that there's a penalty. I completely lost my mind. 5/100ths of a second. But then there's contact between Lucas and Coys. Coys lost his front wing because of it. He dropped the place to Gazelle. Lucas is not sure to win here. That last corner incident, we'll see if Coys reports it. And Evan says, guys, I disconnected to make it fun. You're welcome. That's a good one. Coy's saying Lucas better get a 10-second time penalty for that. I mean, it is an unbelievable finish across the line. It won't stand. It definitely won't stand. But he can celebrate it for a little bit. Lucas saying you was side by side. This is something to be fought in the steward's office, not the Twitch chat, please, guys. Lucas will get a penalty for that. That was unbelievable what I just watched, said Andrew. I mean, unbelievable. There was the incident of swerving down the straight. I think from Lucas there was the incident there. But one thing's for sure, that is the craziest end to a race I have ever seen. It doesn't get closer than that. The Red Bull went down the inside, overtook Lucas, but then Lucas got the DRS and just pulled past. Right at the line. Unbelievable. A phenomenal end. Clip it. Someone clip it right now. I clip it and send it to the Discord. I really, really want to see that. Fastest lap goes to Coys. He gets the 3-second time penalty. He was crashed into at the end. Well, there was contact. A very, very dramatic end to the Grand Prix. An unbelievable end to the Grand Prix. And a lot of work for our FIA, well, our head at FIA, Mickey, this evening. People saying that Coys was robbed. I think even the time penalty that Coys picked up, he wouldn't have won. He still would have come third at the end, a penalty being applied. But he wouldn't have come fourth. And I think that's the main thing. That damage, I think Lucas might be in for a penalty. We'll have to wait and see. We haven't got the angles. We watched it live. I can't make the judgment live. I don't get a replay. I can clip it and have a look, but even then it's not the best angle in the world. But what a finish to a race. I will just clip it just for the finish alone. That was unbelievable. Gazelle champ leader? He might be. I'll let the incident report go on fire tonight. Good night, says Mickey. What an unbelievable end to a Grand Prix. You will not find that in any other league. You'll not find that anywhere. That is outrageous. What a race. What a finish to a race. I thought he couldn't get better than Bahrain. Well, it definitely has. What a race. Saudi Arabia has cooked up an incredible finish. Gazelle and Big Gaze now beefing in the chat. I do need to figure out who is leading the championship, but we can't even figure that out until penalties are all sorted out and stuff. So I guess we'll wait and see. You better be good in Silverstone, mate, said Gazelle. Right. I mean, I'm going to call it a night. I've just been screaming it at the top of my lungs, and it's currently 10-9. But what a finish to a race. I mean, have you ever seen anything that close? Unbelievable. Let me check the championship standings real quick. Oh, it's just changed. But never mind. Okay. Let me. Koi say I had a pen too. I don't know why he was scrapping me. That's true. You're a Spurs fan. Obviously, you won't win. I mean, he's not wrong, is he? Right. So, as the championship standings stood, it was Mikhail and Totally No Pro who led the way at the top. However, neither of them scored any points today. Koi's was second and was set to take the lead of the championship, but that last lap incident gave Gazelle 15 points for finishing third, which brings his total up to 28 points. But Koi's got 13 because he got the fastest lap, so that also brings him up to 28 points. So Gazelle and Koi's are tied at the top on 38 points apiece. 28 points apiece. Yeah, 28 points apiece. And they are literally both. It's joint first. You can't separate them on it. Actually, you can separate them. Koi's is leading the championship because he's got fastest lap, and Gazelle didn't get fastest lap. So Koi's is the current championship leader because he's got a fastest lap. That is all that separates it at the top. Right, it's getting a bit rowdy in the chat now. I'm going to close the stream off before this full-blown fight's going on. Thank you to everyone who tuned in over the stream. This was probably the best stream we've had to date. We averaged 20 viewers. That is unreal. Thank you to everyone. Genuinely, thank you to everyone who tuned in. I really appreciate it. I mean, there's people in chat who aren't even racing that are talking, which is just brilliant. Again, you're back. I'll chin you, commentator. Alright, big gaze, mate. Hey, big gaze, how many points did you score that race? So where are you in the championship standings again? Luke, where are you in the championship? Hey, to be fair, big gaze, mate, you should have seen me last season. I'm a commentator and I still scored points last season. I'll get up the results if I can. I don't think I can actually. Oh no, I might be able to. Standings. Right. Where was I? In last season's championship, I finished. Oh no, I've been robbed. You can't do this to me. I literally finished a race. Alright, never mind. There's literally no recollection of it. RMD, you better jump into a race soon. I was in a race last season because my AI didn't leave and I ended up scoring points. Jump in the ring. Nah, it would collapse because I'm massive. What is going on? Right, I'm ending it now. As in fat. What is going on? Alright, fair enough, lads. Cheers for tuning in. Hopefully see you all again next week for whatever race it is. Silverstone, yeah, I should have known that. Silverstone Grand Prix next week. That'll be great. It always is. Thanks for everyone tuned in, and wherever you are in the world, from me and everyone else at Aurora Racing League, good morning, good afternoon, or good night.